So yeah, you go wider and I'll go a bit tighter.
Just from mid.
Kia ora, no mai, hana mai, tulofalava, malawale, kia rana, vulavaraka. Welcome to a very wet St. Peter's School, Cambridge, sorry, get my words around the right way. It is the 2025 New Zealand Under-18 Wahine Toa Girls North versus South. My name is Bevan Jenkinson, good to have you if you are tuned in. Hopefully you're keeping dry and I know definitely Cambridge is not copping the weather that other parts of the country is, so hopefully you're keeping safe. So 3 25-minute periods. I'll just count down the clock from 75, sorry. So can't display a third period. And it looks as though it'll be South in the light teal, kicking off playing right to left, and North in the lilac and other interesting colours that the two teams are wearing today. Chloe Sampson from the Taranaki is your referee, assisted by Anna and Jack. Sit back, relax, enjoy some running rugby. It's good to see women's development rugby being shown, at an early age, similar to what the Tane boys are. So he just checks, makes sure everything's all sorted, and says, let's get this one underway. A bit of a slow start. He kicks off down midway 22-10 metre line, claimed there by North. It's been knocked backwards and eventually knocked on in the end, in through the ruck. So first scrum of the game, we've had 20 seconds. Conditions, you probably can see the water dripping down from our gazebo here. The field itself is not too bad. It's a little bit soft, but it's to be expected with the amount of rain around in the mighty Waikato. And a scrum feed here for Briar Hales, coming from Napier Girls High, wearing 23. Just a reminder, the player numbers on the jerseys don't correlate to their position in 99% of the case. So first scrum here. South North get a good push on, but it's going to be recycled here from South. There from Madison Flutie. She shuffles it along, one more along the back line. And they're going to go right again. There with Flutie. His second touch in as many phases. They still go right. Flutie shuffles it along. Now with no blind to kit play with, they'll come left. On off runners, although it's been left behind. And North have cleaned this up. Good storming run there from Fosifo. A little bit of a slow ball as it's been knocked backwards, so South trying to come through and clean this up and turn it over. They can't. It's there for Fionn Penny. And good boot to ball there from Ella Henderson, part of the Silverdale United Rugby Club. There's South have it on their own 10 metre line. Good run up towards the halfway. North might have claimed the turnover, they haven't though. So South gained another 10 metres. Nice little hands in the back line here. Him left alone. They're with the left-hand winger. We can't see due to the gazebo, sorry. It's Faith Tavita. Now they go right. So look at the South team list as they've just knocked it on. Ball on the laces. Funnily enough, handling conditions is going to be a little bit difficult in this weather. Second scrum of the game, first one for North. A pretty decent shove in the first scrum. They do this time. Let's quick recycle there. Fionn Penny, a little chip through. It's going to sit up nicely for Mochiliki. Off to her left. Over the 22 they go, North. Possession and territory for the first time in the game. 15 out from the try line. They go right. Using some good ball runners at the moment. Nice hands being shown. Oh, good running Storm there from the north side. Pick and go through the middle. Might have been Falksifal. Right on the try line at the moment. Pick and go to the left. They've got numbers out to the left here. If they can use the backs, they do. And first try of the game is going to come in that left-hand corner. And North lead 5-0, kick to come. Not 100% sure who scored the try, sorry, but we'll try and find that out for you. We'll play the replay in a second when the conversion's taken. There's not much wind around. It's coming and going quite a bit more often than the rain. As the conversion's going to fall short. So see here on the replay, they were just keeping it in tight and then spread left. And a good try in the corner. Second restart here for South, gone short. And Little Hand's just gone forward there. She's caught in two minds over whether they attempt to bring it in or let it go. Yeah, third scrum of the match. As scrum's gone down, so we'll have a scrum reset. Of course, you can't have a game of rugby without a couple of 10 scrum resets, especially in this weather. I've just moved off the mark a little bit to the left, so the front row can get a better grounding in these sprigs. So it's Ella Henderson feeding the ball. There's North start to twist and they win the penalty. Well, they've shown some good scrum. Yes. And South were under a lot of pressure. And a chance to get inside the South's half. There's a decent nudge as well. About 14 metres inside South's half. Got any thoughts or comments, folks? Please put them in the chat. Please keep them respective of everybody involved, though. This is a number 9 try and finds you jumper. Good rolling maul, under advantage for pulling it down. Gets out of one, does the number 3 of Te Rangi Karita. Up towards the 22 North go. They've got a lot of momentum with them at the moment. It's a shuffling and left over the 22. Got a player outside it. Uses it. Gets brought down 10 metres out from the line. Now they swing right. There for Karita again, playing the number 8, playing number 8 but wearing 3. Now there for Sefo. She gives it off. Good tackles coming in from South. Making them count at the moment. Now they swing right. Decides to go herself. Now Sefo with her 4th carry of the game up towards the line. She's over and she scores. Paul Sefo scores the 2nd from North. It's 10-0 kick to come. Well, South started off with a bit of a hiss and a roar, but as soon as North have got the ball inside the opposition half, or inside the opposition 22 I should say, it's been made to count. As extra 2 is added, and North lead 12-0, and we've had 15 minutes gone of the first 3rd-minute period. It was Libby Kieran's Tifari with the conversion. As we got time off because it's a bit hard to play a game of rugby without a ball. Always reminds me of doing a online mastermind sports quiz. And the first question in it was, what shape ball do they play in wheelchair rugby? One of those options was none. Considering I've been involved in that sport 15 years, I can tell you it's round, played with a volleyball. As this time South go to their right, towards the North's 22. Almost waiting for them to come at them, South at the moment. They swing right, a little bit of a juggle in hands. Caught 12 metres short of the halfway line. Looks left then goes right. Sefo gets a good offload away, up over the halfway line. Does one of the forwards towards the 10 metre line of South. Go right again. Don't think Karita was expecting that pass. Now a little chip through along the ground. Cleaned up by South. Good tackle coming in from the number 20 of North. It's Mojaliki, and they force them back towards the 22. Now time to pop the ball back into the pocket and kick. Does so hurriedly and does a great kick as well, just under some pressure there. So our second line out. This is through the North number 9. And it's one again. So Moreland up towards the 22. And there's been a little knock on at the back. And South will have a scrum a couple of metres outside the 22, outside their own 22. Just a reminder, this game being played in 3 25-minute periods. Some great pressure from North. They're forced to knock on. So they've got the ball just outside the 22. They swing left. Got numbers to burn again and uses it. And she'll jot down for her second try of the game. Just waiting to see what that number is. It's number 15 that scored. Faith Tavita from Auckland Girls Grammar also plays for College Rifles in Auckland. Sorry, Carlito, that's the only time I say we're skies, when we accidentally put the camera straight up. There's a replay for you, and it was just brought through from some good pressure. Actually, that's not the replay, sorry. It's another highlight I clipped. As conversion this time unsuccessful from Kieran Stafari. Good to have Claude Tina and Tanya McGregor tuning in. And of course, so Matt from Silverdale United tuning in. Steph T. O'Hetty Fox is also as well. Good morning to you both. Or good afternoon, sorry, to you both. Almost feels like morning. As this time it's just a grub along the ground. There for Mary Lynn Connolly. Under penalty advantage for a high shot. Sefo. Go left again. You know, it's through the hands, but it's been cleaned up by North. On the halfway line. They come right. South up, causing some pressure. And they've come back to that penalty advantage. There's our good storing run, just over the 10 metre line. North with plenty of position and territory in this game already. They switch play to the left. They're through the number 5 of Amber Mundell from Hamilton Girls High. Sefo, tried to pass it and pass it into the shoulder. It's gone backwards though. Sampson's a very experienced referee, so she made the right call in my opinion. The call 5 metres outside the South 22. There was the number 9. Punches a hold. No, it doesn't. Holds it up. Then gets the offload away. They're 2 metres inside the 22. Being told to leave it alone. And actually South have turned this over. Their second turnover of the game. They're going to clear their 22. And they've conceded a penalty. Not releasing is the call. And looks as they're going to tap and go through the number 22 of Penny. Up towards the 5 metre line. There for the 20. Gets great offload away. She scores at the corner. Well, that was well played there on that right hand wing. And a 22-0 kick to come now. Hayley Coogan in the number 30 jersey scoring that try is Livy Kieran's Tifari lines up this one. Thank you. Conversion away to the left. Got roughly 6 minutes left before end of the first of 3 periods. South go long this time to their left. Taken cleanly by North. Gets up towards the 10 metre line. Penny off to Cepho, and they've come back for a penalty. Another high, no, sorry, in from the side is the call. Is Penny looking for her options? There was Cepho running ball. Big contact. It's high though, unfortunately. Got to be below the sternum. There's a little chip in through towards the 22. Might even sit for the 50-22. Wait and see. It doesn't. And it'll come back to that penalty. Advantage is a funny thing in rugby, and I mean, hey, look, Chloe's been consistent in this one already, so can't complain about it too much. Of course, we need referees in the game to make it happen. I've already turned up to one game in the Waikato where a game didn't happen because there was no referee. As Penny taps and goes, swings to the right through the number 5 of Mundell. Go left again, a little bit of a juggle there from the 8 of Truce with Penny. She's gone through a hole, brought down a good chop tackle. And South have turned it over. Haven't had a lot of ball in this game, in this half already, and they'll come back for a South scrum. This is a knock on from North. Big weekend of rugby coming up, or big few days of rugby actually coming up this weekend. 4:30 p.m. New Zealand Black Ferns taking on Australia. Wallaroos, last match before the August Rugby World Cup, where of course the Black Ferns will be defending their title. Steady scrum this time from South, although North get a bit of a push in. They've cleaned it up though, South, which is good for them. So swing left. It's going to put boot to ball. It's not going to find touch though. It's going to land in the no man's land. It's bounced away from the 27 there. There's Tifari. There's some good contact and tackles coming in from South. Now North put a little chip in. It's bounced inside the 22. Now it's come off the knees and ends up with it quite well. But North have walked over the top of this and pinched it towards the try line. They go. They're just 2 metres out. They go to the right. Hands is a call and doesn't. This player's screaming for the 3-player advantage to the right. But the forwards want it themselves. And I think that might be held up. It is still short though. Now they swing right. Steps back inside. Can't get there. South with good defence. They go to the right. And another try here for North. They're making this game look easy. 27-0 kick to come. Try scorer for North there. Mihi Kurama, Kerr from Hamilton Girls High. 16 on the jersey, playing in the flanks. And this conversion away to the right. To see if I can flick that replay for you. Actually didn't adjust my highlight length, sorry, so that's the reason why we're only catching the end of it. I had things adjusted for different sports. So we're near towards the end of the first period of 3 here at St Peter's School, Cambridge. Kick off down inside the 22 of North. They're going to bring it back very strongly. Under advantage, another high shot coming in from South. Now they spin left. Some good hands. Now it's been left behind. It's been knocked backwards though. Let's get up towards the halfway now. Now they go one off runner. They've got a couple of players out here on the wing. South have come up quickly, although they make the tackles. Offload goes away. Now for the right hand wing there for the number 30, the try scorer of Harley Cogan from Sacred Heart, New Plymouth. Now they're going to leave Penny. Some good tackles coming in though from South. Good hands as well. There for the centre, wide out ball to the left. There for the, looking for a third. South have got to bring them down and bring them down quickly. North managing to recycle well. Good old Wormburner comes in. Just 5 metres to the left hand uprights outside the 22. As it comes to the left, a bit of a handling error there from Motuliki. That is the end of the first period. The scoreboard tells you a story. North leading 27-0. We'll be back in a few minutes for the second period of 3 coming up. Hoki Maano, welcome back. St Peter's Cambridge, it's the North versus South under 18 Wahine Toa game. Is North are starting their second period off the way they finished the first. Some great offloads going away there on that left wing. Might have been Kieran's Tifare there for the number 8 of Uperi. Still shuffling to the right, little hole gone through, and wait and see, it's a try. Come out the way they ended the first period. A 32-0 kick to come. Rosie Moffat in the jersey 25 scoring the try. South have just been starved of the ball so far in this game. Libby Kieran's Tafari running this one up. It'll be easier kicks of the day. Is almost charged down, but the extra 2 is added. And North 34-0, they lead the start of the second period of 3. Yeah, Rosie Moffat, 10 Sacred Heart Girls College in New Plymouth. A lot of people outside of Auckland don't realise there is a Sacred Heart Boys in Glen Innes. There's the restart down towards the North 22. Claimed there by Kieran Stafari. Gets an offload away. They decide to go blind. Some good pressure here from South, but they're offside. 2 players in from that ruck. Just up too quick, as looks as though they'll kick for touch here. Bevan Jenkinson of Bears Broadcasting with you for this one. Big thanks to Carlito, who's supplying the camera work, although he's very subtle about his work he does. Well, I had to name and shame because, you would have put that in the comments. As this throw's got a bit wonky, and it'll be a free kick under the new rules this season. It was straight to the halfback. So South finally with some possession and territory. 7 metres inside the half. It's there with Briar Hales from Napier Girls. Now they got a penalty advantage coming their way. They swing right. There for the 27. Yes, they'll come back to that advantage. That's probably Baxter. Wearing 27 from High School Old Boys Rugby Club and attends Christchurch Girls. So they're going to tap it. She goes herself, looks at options, carries on though. And it's been stolen from North. Good heads up play there, but they concede the penalty. Not releasing is the call. Chloe Sampson from Taranaki, a referee. He's still going in the tackle. Got to go with support though. That's where they lost the ball earlier. Is advantage coming for slowing the ball down. Little crosswipers kick here for the right hand winger. Is it going to set up for her? It almost does. And it's been knocked on, so it'll come back to the advantage. There's Amalia Tiatia on the right wing, close for Linwood Rugby Club. in Otatahi, Christchurch. They'll tap and go. They swing right. Nice little pick and go through the middle. They're 4 metres out from the line here. Here for Cudzo. They've got a couple of players that they can hang on and they can't. It's been knocked on. And North will have a scrum. No, I appreciate it. Doesn't make it right. So North scrum on their own 5 metre line, a few metres to the right. Apologies to Emma Leila's Tia's family for mispronouncing her name. So after our second reset scrum, so they put on a little bit of pressure, but they go off the back. So swing to the right. It's Karita playing 8 that broke off for the ball. It's South win the penalty. All of a sudden the momentum's gone their way. They're going to kick it in the corner here. Take a 5 metre line out. Of course, Blackferns Australia at 4:30 PM from Tui Whanganui Atara Wellington Stadium before the All Blacks France second test. So the ball's gone down in the front and it might have been knocked on into touch. Yeah, it was a knock on. That rain really hasn't abated at all, unfortunately. There's some good facilities here at St Peter's School, Cambridge. It's my third trip this season out here. Tomorrow I'll bring St John's Hamilton taking on Palmerston North Boys, which is current Central North Island school champions taking on the current Super 8 leaders. 11 AM from St John's College Hamilton. Live on my YouTube channel if you want to tune in. A couple of former All Black sons playing in that one for Palmerston North. There's a tight head, it's just spilled on the south side. And they're going to run it through the numbers here. Probably needed another player or two on this right wing. They've got an advantage here if they can use it. The numbers get a little mixed up there. 5 metres out, they still go to the right. A little shuffle along to the number 9 of Anaha from Manakura. One off runner running it straight back into traffic, but North holding her up here. But they've got ball to ground. One off runner with the number 1 of Eva Rose Dean. Caught just short. Pick and go on the left. And it's a penalty the way of North. I think it might have been double movement. Yep, that's what Chloe Sampson is calling. As I said in that first period, we always need more referees. As one of the spectators takes a good catch there. Get in touch with your local rugby club or provincial union. For the Waikato, it is Andrew Bowe. For Thames Valley, it is Wayne Berry. Counties, Liam Sargent. Auckland, Anthony Petrie. And there's a few others. If you go back to the start of the live stream, there's a graphic up with yours truly having refereed last year. As the throw is going to land on the side of North. They're 15 metres out from their own line. They're going to run it. Good to see South are keeping their tackles down. Comes back to the player in the pocket. She boots it downfield. Hasn't gone out. It's along the 15 metre line. It's been left behind. And been knocked on as well. She overrun the ball. And tried to pick it up as she did. Get herself into a bit of a tangle. Just a reminder, 3 25-minute periods. We've had about 12 minutes gone in this one. Sorry, 12 minutes gone in the second of 3 periods. As North get a good push on. Early strike on the scrum. Feeding it out to the fullback there. It's been left behind. Under knock-on advantage, I think, but South have it. Good old worm burner along the ground. And it's been knocked on, so I'll come back to the original. Rolling substitutions coming on for South. Number 10, Avalia Maxwell from New Brighton Women's Premier is off the field. Number 10, and just waiting to see who the other player is off. Anyway, South have it from a scrum. Nice hands on the laces. We cycled it there to the number 7 of Imalaya, Leila Tiatia. Just outside the 22. Some more good hands being shown here from South. They want some quick ball. Hands are the key. There's a play on the ponytail. And it's been knocked on. North have it just on their own 22. As this has gone through the hands, but under a knock-on advantage, so I'll come back to that scrum. I think we had 3 scrums in the first 2 minutes of this game. But thankfully the handling has got a little bit better in these testing conditions. So just having a look there, I think the scrum is just outside the 22. But nobody's in the pocket for kicking it. And they'll run it when they can tidy the ball up. It does well. It was Henderson. Now comes back to Kieran Safari. It's been knocked. Oh no, she's knocked it on. The charge down. And it's a simple game of rugby if all you have to do is pick it up and score. But that's what you can get with charge downs. The old white line fever as well can come and play. And a let off for North. He's still going to run it. It changes position. Runs straight back into South's defence. Now comes back to Kieran's Tifari. Puts boot to ball. And this has come off the boot. No, it hasn't. It's come off the hand. So it's on the under knock-on advantage on North's 22. Here's this time. Doesn't look for line. Picked up at the back there from South. They'll swing it infield on the halfway line. Now they go left again. A little show and go from the one-off runner. Oh, this one's charged down on the halfway line, but picked up by the number 9 of South, Anaha, from Manakura and Freiburg Old Boys. And there's been a little knock on in there. So North will have a scrum as the number 7, Hadassah Timo, comes on the field from St Andrew's College in Christchurch. Along with the All Blacks and Blackburns tomorrow night, the Australia-New Zealand Invitational 15 take on the British and Irish Lions from Adelaide Oval at 10 o'clock. And then Tuesday morning, the Baby Blacks take on France in the Under-20s World Rugby Under-20 Championship semi-final after their big crushing win against the Irish yesterday morning. Just a little setup here. First receiver's got a player behind her. There's 2 players left, 2 players right. So they'll go 8-9 here. So Kurita gives the ball off to back to half back there for the ringer. Oh, big collision here, tie. Some good tackles coming in. And it's a little show and go there from Penny. So looking out to the left, just inside the South 22. So they've gone 80 metres. It's flying high, and they'll come back to that penalty advantage for a high shot. And Chloe Sampson says a bit of time off, and we'll have a just a bit of a friendly chat. It's about game management. And it's Hannah Cadzo from Hummerson North Girls that's been called out just to have a chat with. Just about keeping those tackles down the last couple of seasons, at least in under-19s and below in Aotearoa, New Zealand. You've got to be able to tackle below the sternum, nothing higher. It's also been introduced into all community rugby the last couple of seasons. So line out here for North, about 10 metres out from the line. Taken in there by Tangiao Maspika, under penalty advantage for sacking them all. And they'll play that advantage. So tap and go. Goes by herself into the lilac, into the teal wall. Pick and go to the left. They're just 5 metres out. Actually may have thought that was the line actually. It's only the 5 metre line. Another pick and go in the open. 3 metres out. This is the way they're going to keep going. And South win the penalty. Well, 5 minutes ago, it was South doing this to North. North got a defensive penalty, this time down the other end. South get the get out of jail free card. Around 6 minutes to play in the second period of 3. As all of a sudden the winds decide to pick up, playing left to right. It's line out a couple of metres outside South's 22 for them. This has been knocked backwards off the line out. Now can they use the hands? A little shimmy and go on the 22. They go right again. Now boot to ball. Going back there is Kieran Stafari. She has to go all the way back, about 15 out from her own line here. She's had a pretty decent game with ball in hand. She gets out of one, over the 22, looks to cut back in field. Oh, great tackles coming in from South. The number 15. Zaria Murphy from Alhambra Union in Dunedin. As North have pinched it off the opposition feed. And charge down, this is the third charge down we've had in about 5 minutes. Lands safely for North. Into their hands over the 22. Brought down midway 22-10 metre line. As South have walked through and stolen this. Yes, it is. It's twice now they've pinched the ball as the ball's out on the ruck. Now 3 metres inside the 22. End-to-end stuff here for both teams. So swing to the right. Here for Timo. Nice little hands there to number 17. There's penalty advantage coming. It was Mary Lynn Connolly. And I'll play the advantage. They tap and go to the left. Good tackles coming on to Muki Williams from Howard College in Auckland. They go left again out the back, and it might be knocked on here. No, it's been knocked backwards. And looks as though in the end a knock on has been called. And North will have a defensive scrum, 15 out from their own line and a couple of metres to their left hand uprights. Of course, the NZR Plus free streaming website that's been set up the last couple of seasons. Some great docos, behind the scenes and interviews. Go and have a look on the NZR Plus website. It's North running it from their own line. It's been knocked out, is it? No, they'll come back. It's angling in on the scrum there. Goes against South. North decide to tap it and go. A few players out there wearing headgear. There's some great leg run there from one of the North players. Gets brought down the number 10 eventually. In the midfield there for Julia Tatopu from Taupo Neotea College. Now on their own 10 metre line here, North. They've gained 30 metres from that scrum. Now on that right wing. They've been deadly on that wing in both periods. Tackle eventually made. Now pick and go through the middle. All the momentum goes the way of North now. Little show and go. South there to meet them. Might at least they have turned it over. Great turnover. Is a not so great clearing kick. And penalty coming the way of North. And from the side. So tap and go through their number 3. Now they go left. In the midfield. 15 metres out from the line. there for the 23 of Briar Hales. Now spots a hole, ball out there to the 21, and I think it might have been forward. Yes, time off is called. Actually, no, sorry, that is the end of the second period. And after what has been an entertaining one, it is North 34 leading South 0. Back in 10. Alright, Oki Manoa, welcome back to St. Peter's School, Cambridge, the last period of 3. It's the under-19 Wahine Toa girls. North versus South match. Yes, it's been knocked on. North have ended up with it, but I was going to say they've broken away, but it did get called back. Score doesn't necessarily show you the full picture. 34-0 North lead, but they had that lead from quite early on in the second period, and South have been playing some good footy. Better footy than what the conditions are anyway. Mind you can watch these games back as often as you like, folks. The only way it'll get deleted is if, for any specific reason I'm asked to, or YouTube do. Yes, North have it. It's a good crash ball. They've knocked it on. South were right in their faces there. And they're forced to knock on, so one each to start the third period. There will be a highlights package posted to Bev's Broadcasting official Facebook page in coming days. There's a link in the description for that. I haven't actually touched on the coaches in this game. Vita Dryden from the Thames Valley Vixens and Christina Sue from Matakura, the coaches for North. South have it. We'll get to their coaches in a moment. There for the number 17. They've lost a couple of metres here, South, but they swing to the left, finding runners. And passes hit the chest and then the arms. It's been knocked on. And North will have a scrum. Coaches for South are Jace Keshrup and Angie Sasifa. Christchurch girls, Angie is involved with, and Jace Keshrup, an assistant coach for the South Island Maratu team. What a great competition that Super Rugby Women's was, and then the Blues won that one, and then played the New South Wales Waratahs in a Champions final, and basically blew the New South Wales team off the field. Conditions like that, actually, like this, I think it was Easter Thursday that game was held at Albany. So later, Tuala from Auckland Girls Grammar and College Rifles Rugby Club feeding the ball, asking the 8 to go. Does. Back with ball, it was being knocked on. And just a couple of little chances here for South. Can hang on to one of them. Their third scrum is in as many minutes. Again, North go 8-9 try. There's guys with a bit of support there. Now they swing to the left on the halfway line, sorry. Breaks another one, does the number 7. They've had Harasa Timo. And they're towards the South 22. They've got a couple of numbers out here on the right hand wing if they can use it. Nice little pop ball. A couple of metres inside the 22 now. Off the legs. It's just been called a knock on. So South have a scrum advantage. So they put boots of ball. Claimed there by the number 27 of Karen Stifari, who's been involved in a lot of this game already. She fires it off to this left wing. Trying to stop the hole and can't. As Otoku Artie Rogers. It's been knocked backwards from South. And I've got a penalty. And yeah, hands are offside, sorry. This time the way is north. Can be an interesting thing refereeing rugby. I'm trying to remember which way the penalty should have gone. In the end it went correctly. Knock on and then player in front picking it up. So we'll have a line out now, about 7 metres out from the south line here for North. There's some substitutions coming onto the field. Layla Severinson onto the field in jersey number 16 from Palmerston North Old Boys Marist. And this one has been knocked on in the line out. Didn't quite find its mark, so South have the scrum advantage. Comes back to the player in the pocket. She's going to put boot to ball. And it'll be a line out feed for North, just a metre inside South's 22. Good to have you wherever you tuned in, folks. Bevan Jenkins and Abev's Broadcasting set up 6.5 years ago to help achieve my dream of commentating. With Sophie Pemberton to throw Waimea College and Waimea Rugby Club. Nice little ball there to the 26. You see, sorry, looking at the wrong team sheet. Comes to the right. There for the 21 of Otuku Ati Rogers. We've got a play an overlap here on that right wing. She's been pretty prominent. She's out of one. Cutting the line back and scores. Well, good advantages try there for North, and they score their first of the third period. 39-0 kick to come. Faith Tavita from Auckland Girls Grammar and College Rifles Rugby Club, the try scorer. Conversion is unsuccessful. Not the easiest conditions to do much footy, let alone kicking in this, but it is a winter sport. Restart from South goes deep inside the 22. North return the kick. And it does the old leg break. A decent touch finder. South will have a line out a couple of metres inside North's half. As this throw's a bit crooked, so it ends up with North. They're over the halfway line, 5 metres inside. One off runner, trying to break the tackles. Yeah, South over the top, they can't get the turnover. Fosifo with ball. They still swing right. Good recycle coming in from North. And they win the penalty. Maintaining their body weight is the call. So go to that right wing. Seffel. She's gained a few metres in this game already. Big spot tackle there, ball and all. And South have turned it over. Over the 10 metre line she goes. Over the halfway. Couple of metres inside the north half. And there's been a knock on. Well, it's a really good break. She even managed to go with support. But just that little handling error. Let's knock the ball on. Yes. Fionn Penny comes back onto the field in jersey number 22 from the Panamahoe Rugby Club. Zalea Tuala comes off the field in 29. Hales feeds. It's messy scrum. Now she finds some runners. Kicks through here for the winger. Where's it going to sit? And it will just go into touch. Good diving effort there from one of the North players there. Tipawana Otukuatu Rogers. Promised myself I'd try and get that out at some point in the game today. Here's early lift. Oh no, a balk actually. Ooh, we don't see that many times. The old dummy throw. So Penny gives it off to number 9 of Nora Caffrey. Onto the 22. Pick and go to the left. Another little pick and go. They're gaining some metres here. North have done this all game though. Sefo goes with support. Now to the left. Little dummy. Tries to break and can't. They go right through the number 26. Trying to spot a hole as this one's floated over the back. And it's been knocked on straight into a defensive player. And South run some changes on. Olivia Gill from Central Southland College in Star Rugby Club in number 11, and in jersey number 22 Kingston Rees Akuhata Brown Taiapa from Manukura and the Freiburg Old Boys Rugby Club. So scrum here for South, just outside their own 5 metre line. They snap to the left. Nice little boot through, but they've got to get chasers in here. Kiris Tifari is just going to watch that ball go out, which I think was a bit lucky. Didn't expect that Wipers kick to come in, and the ball beat everyone. So their line out here for North, 15 metres now that the assistant referee changes his position. He said North of the line out 15 metres inside South's half. Yes, it's one from North. Using a good maul here. Sitting at the back. Breaks off, does the hook up. We had Adasa Timo. So go left. They've got some numbers, but just lost it. Just a little bit guilty there of worrying what to do with the ball before actually having it in their hands. As Abby Asaya comes onto the field in the number 6 jersey. That's Oriental Rangatai in Wellington. The scrum just to South's right hand uprights, about midway 22, 10 metre line. Still inside their half. It's a swing to the right, another boot to ball. This time down the middle of the park towards the north zone 10 metre line. Gonna run herself, she almost thought about passing. Penny fires it off to a one-off runner. Finding plenty of runners, Leavana Matuliki. Now out the back, there's a player coming through, has knocked this on. And yeah, the advantage will come back. Chloe Sampson decided to just wait and see what was going to come of that. But nothing was, so North will have a scrum in the midfield. 2 metres inside the half, inside their own half. It's 2, 28, 29 and 30 is on Julia Tatapu. Nikita Rose Tawatevalo from the Hauriki North Rugby Club, not far from where I live. And Hayley Coogan from Sacred Heart Girls College, New Plymouth. New Plymouth, Lower Hutt and Hamilton are all female only schools. Well, the one in Auckland and Glen Innes is the only males, Sacred Heart. As the number 2 breaks off, Tatapu has just come onto the field. Some good hits coming in from South. North's doing well standing in the tackle though. Now they come left. Nice offloads coming from Sefel. As it's been knocked on here. And we'll play the scrum. Had a question asked to me during the last period break whether it's just rugby I do, but I do cricket in the summer, wheelchair rugby, goalball, which is a vision impaired sport. Snaps to the right. Finding a few backdoor players here. Gets over the 10 metre line. Finally South get numbers there. To the ruck. There for the number 21 of Flutie. Good carry up towards the halfway. There's some nice outdoor back passing here from South. She's almost gone on her own. Now she finds support. They're over the 22 now. Good tackle coming in from North. South though, they need to use this advantage they've got. Some momentum. They've not had a lot of it in the game. This time in the midfield, over the 22. North being in there disrupting things, they've knocked it on. So South under a scrum advantage. You can go from the base of the ruck. They're getting over the advantage line here, South. Under a penalty advantage. And this time they go through the middle again. Another pick and go. Big tackles coming in from North. They need it though. Out to this left wing. And wait and see. I think she might have got there. She has. And South finally on the board. 5-0. With 5-pointer. Is that, oh, are they checking? Yes, they have. Eventually. And it's 39-5 kick to come. Well, they've been playing well since that first period. I was just saying to one of the coaches, was worried that I'd not have enough fingers and toes to keep up with the score. I deserved that one. Conversion away to the left though. Just around 4.5 to play in this first time under 18 girls national camp has been held. Of course, New Zealand Māori have had Ngā Māori Kura camps the last few years that I've also covered. I had a count the other day actually how many live streams on YouTube I've had, and it's this is 146. Tomorrow's 147 hours. This one's been knocked on. Just second time in this period where the ball's just smacked in the chest. And knocked it on trying to regather. Another little fascinating tidbit from St. Peter's School, Cambridge here. The building behind us was officially opened on the 23rd of February 2002 by Sir Colin Meads. So the scrum 5 metres outside the 22 of South here for North. Play to the left. Here for the number 20 of Matuliki. Matuliki through a hole. Gets up towards the 5 metre line. Brought down. South trying to get over the top and claim it. Been told to let it go. Now they've got numbers here. North. Been knocked backwards. Some good tackles coming in from North. From South, sorry. But North have lost 10 metres. Come to the right. They're through the number 16. Of Mihi Koroma Kerr. Almost stop-start rugby here. Yes, they've got numbers to burn on this right edge if they can use it. No. It's a little bit guilty of holding onto the ball rather than drawing and passing. They're going to keep it tight in the forwards, especially on a day like this. Under advantage this time. They go to the right, uses the ball, and wait and see. Yes, try scored. This time they use it to their advantage, and another 5-pointer for North. Faith Tavita, the scorer there. I think that might be her third. I do apologise, thanks Neru for pointing out that I didn't put the South try on. Here's conversions, stays to the right. Just a reminder, as we near the end of this game, you can watch it back as often as you like. You can actually watch these games back while it's live as well. With our highlights package posted to Bev's Broadcasting official Facebook page in coming days. So restart there, claimed by North. Good little leg drive there towards their own 10 metre line. Now there for Seffel. Still recycling ball. Now goes to the right. There for the number 3 of Karita. Still on this right wing here for Faith Tavita. She cuts back in infield. Nice hands here from North in these conditions. Now they come right. Nice ball in the tackle. South were almost just stopped on defence. So now they make their tackles count. Karita now for Seffel. Shuffles along to the 16 of Kerr. Penny away to her right. There for 7 of Hadassah Temel. They go right again. Little show and go. South can't hold her up. Now they're over the top, but they've lost the footing. So spin left. Couple of metres to the left-hand uprights, 10 out. And South with the penalty. Something had to give, and this time it's not holding on. Nice run over the 22. Now they come right, using this wing. A little dirt dart down the side here. Good tackle just on the gazebo. As this one's been knocked on. Just a low pass again. And Chloe Sampson says that is full time. And what has been a great display of rugby in trying conditions. North of 144.5. Well played to both teams. Thank you to the officials. Thank you to New Zealand Rugby for putting on this camp. As I said, it's the first time an under-18 girls national camp has been played. Take care out there, folks. Big thanks to Carlito, who's been our cameraman, and Hey Corner.